Do you believe in what you can't see? Throughout the years, many people have assured the existence of aliens, from sightings of UFOs flying in our skies to possible alien abductions. There are a lot of cases that can be found on television and on the internet. However, those days in which weird spacecraft can be seen flying through the clouds has been left behind. Finding an outrageous amount of recordings with possible UFOs diving into the seas and oceans now seem to be the new trend on the internet. You don't believe us? Then judge it for yourself when we show you 5 mysterious UFOs caught entering the sea. But before we begin, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Military chasing. If you've ever seen at least one movie about aliens, then you know that the main plot is most of the time based on the government trying to hide their existence. Causing panic among people isn't exactly what they want. So keeping the secret among a small select group of high-ranking politicians and military is what they usually do. However, some of the videos that have been leaked on the web make us think these events probably don't only take place in fictional films. If you don't believe us, then you have to see the images captured by some Spanish fishermen when they were working in broad daylight. Although the quality of the recording isn't very good, as is usual in the videos with this type of content, it's clear that a series of military helicopters that seem to be chasing someone, or rather something, are flying above the ship. Moments before the camera begins to focus in other directions due to the surprise the men had, it can be seen how a kind of UFO submerges into the sea and expels 3 spheres. The water rises thanks to the impact and the helicopters keep loitering around the area. How about that? Although at first the fishermen probably didn't understand what was happening, it was only necessary for them to get home and play the video several times to understand they were the spectators of a possible confrontation between military and extraterrestrial forces. Quite impossible and even absurd to believe, but the content of the video seems to show just that. Many were the assumptions or theories that arose on social networks after this material went public. As most of the time, people were divided between those who considered their content as a trick and those who, astonished, believed in the possible confrontation. What do you think? We don't know the origin or even the exact place in which the fishermen captured this amazing event. However, we're sure that whether if it was a UFO or not, the flight of the helicopters was strange enough to generate doubts in the viewer. The fact that the water rose as if something had impacted it is also one of the reasons why many people are still amazed to see this video. Was it really a flying saucer? Did special forces want to get rid of it before it reached the ground? Those and many questions are still left unanswered, but as always, we leave the final decision up to you. Number 4. Floating on water. Knowing new places is something many people adore. Whether it's visiting a mall, a square, and even the beach becomes unforgettable. It's something that all of us as tourists have done at least once in our life. After all, it's assumed that the idea is to keep a nice memory of that time away from the routine we have at home. However, when we go on a trip, we never expect to get something weird while recording or taking pictures of the new place surrounding us. That's what happened to a group of young people in the United States when they were on vacation near the sea. They were spectators of the strangest event of all. And no, by something strange, we don't mean the sighting of some mysterious sea creature or an unknown inhabitant. It was more like something out of this world. We're referring to what seemed to be a flying saucer indeed flying over the sea. Yes, just as you heard it. The recording was taken from a prudential distance, but that doesn't mean what we can see in it is less surprising. The flying object, with the typical UFO shape we already know, remains floating above the water for a few seconds before disappearing into the depths of the sea without any explanation. How about that? That sounds crazy, right? The tourists recorded every second with amazement, and although the location where they were on vacation is unknown, the video quickly went viral all over the internet. How is it possible that a UFO was submerged in the water? Was it a montage? Many were the questions that arose after this video got so viral. But more information was never obtained other than the one that can be observed here. We live in a complex and mysterious world, but in spite of it, people don't expect to meet this type of situation when they're traveling. Can you imagine being at the beach and having a UFO landing right where you're swimming? Fortunately, the tourists responsible for recording the video were in the heights of a hill. We don't think it would have been nice to experience this type of event being near the water. The continuous shaking of the camera is a sign that they weren't happy. What would you have done? Maybe running away is tempting, but you wouldn't have gotten any evidence to show the world that we're not alone in the universe. Number 3. Mysterious lights on the water. In Europe, there are many little-known places, as well as lakes, lagoons, and seas that, although they were important in the past, it seems strange nowadays to place them at the top of your list of tourist destinations. Sometimes they're not even placed at all as places of interest. One of those seas that little are known is the Baltic Sea. But we're sure that after watching what a group of inhabitants managed to capture there, you'll ever forget what makes it so special and striking at the moment of linking it with extraterrestrial sightings. Some years ago, on the coast of Poland, some mysterious luminous spheres flying over the sea were recorded on video. The person holding the camera zooms in, trying to put a better focus on what is going on. But although many viewers considered it a scam due to the effect caused by fireworks, others felt that it could be truly a UFO. What do you think? We agree that the image isn't very clear. Even at times, it really doesn't look like a flying saucer. However, the movement they make as the minutes pass becomes quite interesting. Sometimes it seems like it's a single blinking light that rises through the sky, but then it becomes several mysterious spheres that seem to move in the same way. How about that? Like previous recordings, this one also caused a lot of controversy on the internet after it was made public. Are they real spaceships flying over the water? Or is it another trick created by people looking to get attention? Various opinions were generated after that. But although they tried to offer a clearer explanation, the truth is that they couldn't do it, much less when the lights with extraterrestrial aspect were fading on the horizon to give the impression that they had submerged in the water. If you used to think forests or remote places were the right place for alleged UFOs to show up, maybe it's time to change your mind. The ocean has also become the appropriate place for these unidentified objects, seemingly eager to generate an alarming amount of comments and assumption of all the viewers. If you still consider it little credible, then don't go anywhere yet, because we have 2 more sightings in our video that will make you think of them the rest of the week. Number 2. Taking water from the sea? Have you ever heard the mysterious myth about aliens trying to take the water out of our oceans? Well, all over the internet, we can find a lot of material that people have gathered for the years to dig a little further on this matter. However, as well as the very existence of life on other planets, this remains a mystery. At least until a video was leaked in the web on mid-2017, which shows an alleged UFO sucking seawater minutes before getting lost in the depths of the same. Can you believe it? The video was recorded on the coast of Algeria and uploaded to YouTube on the channel Secure Team 10. And although some said it could well be a common climate phenomenon, the witnesses said it was really a flying saucer. What do you think? Just pay close attention to the images of the next recording. A gigantic gap opens in the middle of the sea before a thin line of water rises to the sky, losing itself among the clouds as if it were being absorbed by an external force. How about that? According to some researchers, this water pumping is a phenomenon that regularly happens in nature. It doesn't have the same characteristics as a tornado. On the contrary, it's usually associated with thunderstorms, strong winds, and hail. But many believers of the paranormal refuse to consider this possibility, since sometimes you can also see in the video a particular light next to an unidentified flying object sailing through the skies before the water dissipates. What side are you on? Do you really think it's a UFO, or on the contrary, do you relate a little more with a possible and strange climatic condition? You have the last word, so go ahead and leave your comment below. Number 1. Giant OVNI. In the first position of our top 5, we have one of the most controversial videos on the internet. The video was uploaded to YouTube some time ago, and it shows a shot of a giant UFO floating above the water. Can you believe it? The flying object is shaped like a diamond that moves along with a bright light several meters away that flashes from time to time. According to the reference sources, the recording was taken in 2016 by some Danish fishermen who were in the area. Notice how it rises towards the clouds as the seconds go by. It's as if it were being sucked through a portal into another dimension. How about that? Many comments were generated after this video got so viral on the internet. People didn't believe it was real, but the product of a clever deception that was created using CGI technology. A spectator even congratulated them for the excellent editing work. However, others really believed in the veracity of the images and claimed it resembled a legendary mythical UFO called the Black Knight satellite. What do you think? On what side are you on? On the side of the group that claims the video is false, or on the contrary? Do you really think it's a mythical flying saucer? Leave a comment below and let us know. Can you imagine yourself walking along the beach and finding something similar? We're sure many would be surprised, so don't be ashamed, because you won't be the only one. However, sometimes it's necessary to ask for a second opinion before taking a solid decision. Alright, Top 5ers, if you haven't already, make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant, for even more interesting list videos that'll blow your mind. But I'm warning you, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There'll be a link in the description to the channel, so make sure to come and visit us. Or you can go to our latest video popping up on screen right now. Oh, and have you visited TheFinestPost.com to enjoy the most amazing articles you'll ever get to read?